over quick enough. As right now they still have all that nade though. Massive damage. Fox Abe actually takes him down. Team killed by accident as he falls back in. But that nade did over 100 damage to 3 different players. That was massive. And Fruit, he'll collect on all of those as Zek is also going to pick up one demise. Can he find Davey? Not yet. So they have the 2-man advantage, but now Jason brings it back. They still haven't won their first round yet. And Jason's going to make it even harder. He's in a 1-on-2. He has this Tech 9, manages to pull away. Bomb's still ticking, but Fruit's going to get him. And they've got time to get this defuse, and congratulations, mouseSpaz, you've got your first round of the evening.
First one's the hardest. They're on the board.
The first cut is the deepest.
I mean, that looks scary, where they had that B stack. That looked scary for some time. If that had been a quicker strategy, they might have been overrun, but, I mean, that nade did so much damage, like you said. It weakened up the offense. So just the 2 mouseSpaz players who were there initially for that hit were able to just mop up some easy kills, but affNity does get the bomb plant, so they're not going to invest armor into this round. They're going to get a Tech 9. They have a couple smokes. They're going to try and go for a second bomb plant, but this is going to be a 3rd round AK-47 buy with or without it.
See if this MP7 can do anything. In the hands of Fruit. He's got rifles to complement it.
Here's the thing. On an eco round, this should be that line of smoke across the bomb boxes so they can plant in the smoke. It's not going to be a typical execute, and there it is. And Demise has to play aggressively in front of the smokes.
It does leave a slight gap, though, on the back box, but they still get in position to plant it. The problem is that it also lets Fruit push up and see them when they come in, so he can get a good shot on them. But Jason actually gets smart. He goes to the second spot. He goes into the second smoke, so he will get that bomb plant down. It is successful, and good call by you, because that was exactly the plan. And that makes it 1-0, now 2-0 mouseSpaz with all 5 players up. That's the crucial thing. They couldn't take any of the guns down, but they will be able to get money down, at least for that plant.
Yeah, they just wanted to get that line of smoke down to block off anyone playing passively to get in the smoke, so they did it, executed it perfectly. Abe's still sitting at -1 from that TK and the pistol round, but we do have AKs in the hands of affNity players.
And it up as well for Arya. So really aggressive playing with the bombs gets them in position to make that happen. Abe, look at this, waiting atop the stairwell. Fruit lurks through the underpass. Somehow Abe doesn't land the shot. He actually only takes a mere 21 damage, but he couldn't put it back in potential. So now they're going to try and push in. As Abe's just going to get caught. Abe gets him. Trying to compensate for that misplay, that missed opportunity at underpass, and instead he just walks in solo. And now they've opened up potential into B. Fruit's going to come back around into the other pass late. He's only got a very limited number of health points left on 15.
Well, look at Fruit, too. He's trapped in the underpass now. He doesn't know if he can get out anywhere. They do have players at the top of mid still watching for it. Arya with the AWP. Well, the B bomb site is completely open. Arya gets eliminated off the map. There is a lurker over towards A. That's got to be Davey. The lurker for affNity, and it is. But the bomb goes down, and this is going to be a heavy catwalk retake.
Fox finds Fruit, so there was the player you were talking about that couldn't find his way out, and when he did, he found his way out of the fire and into the frying pan, as mouseSpaz look like they want to save already. This op-up right now for Demise, a little bit too valuable, so Zek gonna do the same thing. He's low HP, but look at Davey, he's still over it, and he hears them. He knows exactly where they're going. So if Jason wanted to, he could be quick on this, and they could potentially get all over them. Take these guns out of mouseSpaz, turn it back around early, but Demise, he finds Davey. It's one and done. Now they're hunting, but I don't think they've got enough time to get there.
No, not at all. But a good first win, and Demise is going to keep that AWP. Fake decoy. Oh, Demise actually misses it. That gave Fox an opportunity, so we'll see if the rest of the 3 mouseSpaz members decide to buy up behind this. It looks like one gun has been dropped. But a nice round from affNity there. I mean, it comes down to that battle for mid control, and once Fruit didn't get that initial kill, he fell back, but he couldn't get anywhere, and his teammates were peeking out catwalk, peeking out connector, peeking out window to try and support him, to give him some cover to fall back, but he couldn't make it. They just eliminated all the support, and now look, Pauly pushing right up middle, sees absolutely nothing. He's going to begin a big flank. This is what Pauly likes to do. He's going to go for these gamble battles early so he can try and get the quick flank if it works out in his favor.
Here comes the execution, grenades over the top, smoke all the way back on the CT stairs. Arya and Davey, they all come in. In fact, Abe's going to hold hands with them. They'll skip around in a 3-pack here, but they're going to get on Tetris, not get much further until they get those kills. Jason gets one, Abe gets the other. Zek, he's holding on the stairwell, but that smoke is still in place, and this allows them to get extremely deep inside the site as Davey post-plant. Look how forward he pushes. He'll find Zek. Actually, Jason R got that kill, excuse me, but either way, Imposter, all that's left, AB gets him, and now it's 2-2 affNity already.
You did it again.
Shh, I didn't. You're lying.
That was a pretty nice execute for affNity. Actually, I thought that mouseSpaz had it in a pretty good situation, but they got a little bit over aggressive in the middle of that hit, trying to clear a player out of the caution boxes, and they just get eliminated from the players who are already up on Tetris on the mountain boxes. So they held off very, very well initially. It's just kind of as that went on, they got a little bit antsy, tried to make too much of a play. He got traded off, and there's Abe just with confidence coming up that A ramp, get a clean headshot. He gets dinked in return, but it's a 5-on-3 for affNity in this anti-eco.
Look how far Imps just pushed up. And it's Tyrion Lannister, the Imp. He takes down Abe. Can fire more than a crossbow with that CZ-75.
Spoiler!
I didn't spoil anything. As Davey takes down Imps, I gotta go marathon. That's what I'm gonna do after this. I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones all night.
Attaboy. That's a good decision. Zek's on a big flank. He's not going to be able to find anything, though. He does have Davey coming back towards him. Davey's actually throwing away the AK behind the fence just so there's no opportunity of Zek picking it up. Smart play from Davey.
Jason will monkey himself back over onto the balcony. And Zek, who gets found by Davey, has very little HP as he tries to switch to the pistol to take the duel. Davey does the same. He honors him, but he'll disgrace him by putting him down, and his family name gets extinguished from the round. mouseSpaz go no further. It's the end of the line. The blood is ended.
You're getting yourself all hyped up for Game of Thrones.
Oh, buddy.
So now we're going to see if mouseSpaz comes back towards this mid control. I mean, that was a good push by Pauly. Go looking for that flank. Didn't work out on that gun round, but I mean, that's kind of the plays that Pauly likes to make. This round, mouseSpaz doesn't put anyone in mid, but they do get the first kill. Demise takes out Davey, coming up that A ramp once again very quickly, but Arya equalizes. And now Arya's kind of, he's cleared one player out, and he's got himself this perch in halls. He's going to get smoked off right now, but this is a lot of focus that almost lands it through the smoke. Very, very close, actually, from Arya, but look at all the attention that gathered. 3 players over towards the A-bomb site. It's just Imsta playing behind the smoke in the B tunnels very, very aggressively. And now finally has a teammate rotate over to him, but this leaves a weak A defense. They know Zek has dropped down into the closet. Arya runs out of the smoke, but Zek gets taken off. A good entry onto the A-bomb site. Now Demise is forced to hide behind the phone booth.
Open inside the site, lots of space to work with, but lots of smokes to hold the counter-terrorist out, so they'll have to play for the retake once they get in position with this bomb. And Jason, he's going to post it on the T side of the default box, so that's easily to play post-plant from A ramp. A little bit harder from Palace. You've got to take an extra step, but Pauly's going to find Abe. This brings it back to a 3-on-2 as affNity's still looking okay until Imsta comes over. He finds Arya. Jason, meanwhile, though, he counters him off. Pauly on low HP. Has to try and go 1-on-2, and I think he's made the decision that that's probably ill-advised. He'll run away, and mouseSpaz pick up 2 early, but it's been 4 straight now from affNity.
Yeah, looking scary. mouseSpaz once again just getting a little bit beat up. Not winning much early on. I mean, that they get an advantage and they give it right back to Arya, and then the defense just gets spread out. So affNity taking that main advantage and just slowing things out and pretty much just letting mouseSpaz rotate away and beat themselves. So when they come in for that A hit a little bit later, it's a very, very weak defense. And this is going to force a save out of mouseSpaz. Zek upgrading the pistol, same with Imsta, but only Pauly with any kind of a rifle to do something in this round. And this is a round where he'll probably try and make a play. And it looks like he's going to go towards mid, try and drop down. Maybe, nope. He chooses not to. But Demise does. Oh, this is a heavy mid push. 4 members, 4 pistols coming up.
He's got to be the one that's careful. He's already in the doorway. And they're knocking on this door, but Abe's going to use the AK to his advantage. It won't be enough to take down 3 pistols as the 2 other players do converge onto him. But Arya and Fox make up for it a little bit. Only a little bit, as Zex manages to get Arya. Now it's all left to Imsta as Davey responds into him, and they've got a sight. Bomb's going to come over late. They'll get this plant. Smart play to go up middle, try and change things up with the pistols. But ultimately, they won't get much more than just a few guns dropped. It's 11K, by the way, right now for Fox.
Yeah, he's rich. He's loaded. There's a big economy behind this affNity, this 4-round streak from affNity.
Bitch. Sorry.
Whoa.
Jason, though, he comes back around the corner. Imsta. He's trapped with nowhere to go. This pistol can't even get the one headshot when he slides back out, so Jason takes him down. I can stay silent longer than you.
Yeah, I bet you can. I'm trying to think of what. Okay, so Zek has the AWP on the CT side. They absolutely need him to get an opening pick if they want to turn this around. I mean, he didn't come alive. I mean, none of them really came alive in Kabul, but he's got to come alive here in Mirage, and he's not going to find anything in mid. It's just going to be an A execute for affNity. This is pretty much all they're doing, and it's been working for him in this 4-round win streak. They haven't really gone away from just the set executions on this A site, but mouseSpaz can't stop it, so they have no reason to go away from it.
Fruit's looking underpass, just sliding in and out. Check that spot, make sure no one's going to lurk, but affNity doesn't have anyone in that position at this point. Because as we can see, they're stacked up inside the apartment. Davey, Abe, they're both looking towards the main ramp. They want to go for this execution.
Zek gambling a little bit with that crack peek. Arya could have picked him off, but he actually baits Arya into a wide swing where Fruit's able to take him out with a nice angle. Nicely executed there by mouseSpaz, but they've still got the execute to deal with.
Smoke. Jason through it, doesn't care. Drops out of the palace, but the prince will go down in the courtyard as Demise waits for him at the firebox. Abe fires away with the spray. He does control it enough to get him back. So this brings us back to a slight disadvantage now for affNity. Could have been a lot worse, and now it's evened up, but Zek still trade it right back. Nice shot with the op as he waits patiently for Abe to come over the top, and he waits even more in the angle, but he can't land the shot on Fox. Tries to do it on the second try, and does it more successfully as Davey now gets into a 1-on-2. That's not going to be enough as Imsta comes around from behind. And with the backstab, it'll be 3 rounds now for mouseSpaz.
Yeah, but a huge economy here for affNity. 3 players over $10,000 are going to be able to drop here. And this is a crucial round. mouseSpaz has got to be able to, establish some economy. They have to make a run here. If they get beat in this round and the economy gets reset, that's just going to turn into that could turn into a snowball for the rest of this half. So they have to stabilize and get something going.
They want to look for this execution again. The difference this time is that Davey has the bomb on B. Jason, he's accompanying him. But we'll see if affNity can make this work, because essentially they're executing to pull the rotations. It has pulled Zex over as Paulie is sliding up catwalk. The difference is that Imst is inside the apartments this time. And with Arya going down and no one else pushing through, mouseSpaz are going to be completely aware that this is a fake, and now they look to rotate back. Fox is going to hold him in play, though, so this could still work, but they needed to get this shot on Imsta. They need to take him out of the play immediately. He falls back knowing that they're coming onto him. He's read this. His teammates have made the call that it's likely going to be on B, and unfortunately, Jason R slipped out the window. So he could do nothing to slow them, and now the bomb will get in position. They'll go for this retake. Paulie has managed to sleep deep inside the site, but Abe's aware of it. He catches him off, and that smoke might have covered him over, but it won't cover him off, and that means Fox now finds Fruit. It leaves us with only 2 mouseSpaz players remaining, one of which is X, the other is which demised, and they've both demised. It's going to be 6-3 now. affNity, they make that play work. It actually looked really good. They made that fake fully committed.
Yeah, you nailed it. You spotted it. Was Fox swinging out mid. The rotations were coming over, and there was no mid control from affNity. Just Fox. He makes a presence. He takes some shots at Paulie, and that kind of freezes. It eliminates an avenue of rotation for the defense, so they can't get over to that B bomb site quick enough. And from there, the attack on that B site from affNity just speeds up, and they're able to overrun that one defender. Now the money's reset. This is the nightmare situation for mouseSpaz.
And things aren't often what they seem. We'll see if they can make this nightmare into a dream. But Jason R, he'll take Zek. And Arya gets back into demise. Fox has found his way up connector, and he actually makes good on the wallbang. Finds Fruit's head, and now it's going to be Abe to take Impsta. So, Paulie, he's your man in the 1-on-5. Place your bets. Doesn't even matter. Abe plays it like Spider-Man. He flies out the window as well.
This is kind of scary because they might have to double save here. They have 3 players who are hovering right around $3,000. This would be a very dangerous force buy for them, and this is why it's kind of a nightmare. They are going to save here. So that could have been a very risky call. If they force buy there and don't win it, then their money is just done for the rest of the half. But they're going to stabilize. They're going to let affNity have a good shot at getting up to 8 and try and put some things together from there. Zek is in the window room, but it's going to be a heavy mid play from affNity. 4 members streaming out as we speak.
Aria throws out fire just to make sure he can't be counter-pushed, but he needs to be aware of the fact that Fruit can still go through Palace. He doesn't look like he's going to push that position, though, as Abe finds Zek, excuse me. Now it's Paulie that's going to be the next one under pressure as he gets trapped in the backside of the site, and Davey catches him on the right when he tries to slide away from the initial peak, but Imps is still waiting. They haven't spotted him. Bomb does go down on B, now they will. He goes out, tries to take down Jason, only gets him on to 51 HP. Still managing to survive, but it's all for naught. It's a matter of time, and time has expired.
And this is the big round. Now they're going to have an AWP back in Zek's hands. Zek's hands. Thought I made the same mistake as you did for a moment.
Oh, you did.
I was talking possessive, though, so it's okay.
No,
it was
no,
an apostrophe S.
shut up. You made the mistake.
So Zek, I mean, he has to, this is a player who, in their matches, like one of the good things for mouseSpaz is Zek with his AWP has had some great rounds. He's had some very impactful, and there he goes. He gets started on Jason R, picks him off. The op gets passed along over to Aria, but Aria has the bomb. He's just got to fall away. He's going to go into the B tunnels while there's 3 members over towards the A bomb site, ready to throw and execute, ready to try and pull some rotations and get some kills.
Everybody wants to get kills. So much more fun when you let a body hit the floor. We'll see if Demise can do that because they've got onto Tetris. He's in position to potentially get shots back, but he can't. Davey finds him. Fox finds Zek. Fruit, though, does manage to at least pull one back for mouseSpaz on the defensive side. That brings us back, but you're dead right. Paulie's in perfect position. Took him a while to take down Abe, but he does so. Fortunately, there's nowhere to turn around and go for the trade, so he has time to get that reload in. As the bomb does get planted, but they're in awesome positions to retake this. One coming in from all 3 major angles right now. Davey's stuck inside the sandwich. He does take the exchange from Paulie, and where's the... It's at B. It's all the way over at B. Aria fooled them all. And Fruit's going to drop as a result as he comes out of the site, so Davey getting that kill does limit this retake, and now it's all on Imsta. Perfect play right there from affNity. And there's nothing at all that Imsta can do as he comes into the site. He does try and bait out this play, but there it is. The shot from Aria on Catwalk ends it. Really well done from affNity, and now they triple up on their opponents 9-3.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Davey survived far too long in a 3-on-1 situation, even getting Paulie. The fact that they didn't realize that he was still there was just a huge miscommunication, but that's a situation with 3 players surrounding him. Kill him. Get aggressive. You have 3 players there. I mean, either trade it, it's a 3-on-2, or like you need to go for that kill. But him being allowed to live for so long hinders all the rotations, and now Fruit's forced into a desperate play, running down A ramp all alone. He gets taken out. Demise drops to Fox as well, and Fox even with some nice showing there, some nice form, takes down Zek, and Aria just cutting off the rotations in mid. This is all affNity at the moment.
Your phone rang, bud. Just thought I'd let you know. As Abe puts the bomb down, Imsta now finds himself again in another 1-on-5. He has a CZ-75, and I think he might actually find this as a valued possession and just try and look for exits with it. That's his best attempt at success here. If there's any success to be had, he does find Jason R. He's not in a position where he can really push forward for the gun, though, so he'll just sit tight inside the ladder room, put himself in a position not to peek. He finds Fox, so he's making some interesting plays, but Abe's waiting below the window. On the second kill, he thought he might have bought himself space to get the gun, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, just another monster half out of affNity, 10-3. Double op setup coming out for mouseSpaz here. Imsta picks one up, Zek as well. So they're going to try and get themselves an early advantage to get some of these last 2 rounds. I mean, this is an unbelievable set of gun rounds out of affNity, winning 10 of 11 gun rounds really since the 3rd round. It's unreal. And there's that early advantage from Zek. He takes out Aria, so it's going to be a 5-on-4. And Imsta's looking to give himself one more. He does. He finds it. He pushes the B tunnels and finds the angle on Fox. And now Paulie's going to chime in as well. So a 2-on-4 situation. mouseSpaz looking good here in this round, but it might be too late.
So mouseSpaz finally chiming back with one. But not if Zek goes down. Davey gets him. Now A opens up a little bit, but again, that bomb's so far away over on the B apartments. Davey, though, man, he's just creeping in here with 2 more kills. Demise needs to take down Abe, otherwise bomb is recoverable with a good amount of time. Unfortunately for Abe, that is exactly what happens. Imsta's going low, though. This nade, good thing you ran when he did, because that, okay, he tried to bounce it close, but that could have done it all. Imsta still has the ZOP to work with, and he needs to basically take this fight right now, and Davey's so low on HP. 8, in fact. He's going to run all the way back over to attempt to get this bomb plant. He'll have about 30 seconds when he gets there, which pretty much narrows him down to B, and the defense are going to split up. They've got good control at mid. They've got a read on A. And they could actually cut him off by going underpass, but I think they'll play this from catwalk. It looks like Demise is going to creep up mid and potentially go there.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time if he just grabs it and books towards B. He can't really clear anything, but he could get the bomb plant and just end up... I mean, this could be a winnable 1-on-2 situation, especially with the Imsta so low. And mouseSpaz players are completely caught off guard. I don't think they realized the bomb was down in the B tunnels. Now they're not sure if it's A or B. This could waste some time. They do both have kits, and now they're wise to it. Demise is going to go for the flank. So is Imsta. They're both going to come from tunnels, so they're narrowing a choke point. So Davey has an opportunity to win this round here.
And they're going to try and come back in and go for this retake as Davey makes this play work, and Imsta, he kills himself. How silly was that? He lays out the fire, knows it's there, fails to jump through the window, and he has low HP. So rip for him, and the bomb's already... Yeah, this completely killed the round because he couldn't get on it and stick it. Demise gets the kill, but Davey wins the round. That's a huge misplay. That's a blunder.
That's unbelievable stuff. Just mouseSpaz. Oh, this is harsh.
I think the fail of the week for Rotoderp has just been selected.
I mean, we talked about how they're going to be able to bounce back from getting 16-0'd in the last map and getting beat up here at 10-3. They make a massive blunder in the 14th round. So you're seeing it all kind of unravel here for mouseSpaz.
Well, at least they got 3 rounds this game, I guess. So far, we'll see if they can improve on that. Last round of the half. Imsta, due to his own lack of success, I guess we'll call it.
That's a nice way to put it.
He's limited to the pistol. I thought I'd be friendly. Man, they had a 2-on-1. They had the bomb down so far away from them. I don't know if they saw the bomb, though. That might have been the problem, because they could have secured that. But Davey, he's going to continue on this round. He'll take Pauly.
Yeah, it's Pauly trying to make his aggressive gamble play for a massive flank, and he gets punished for it that round.
And in they come, again, through this wall of smoke. Demise, though, he drops down to Jason R. Fruit makes up for it. He takes down Jason in response on the entry. Mid still having a good fight. Davey, though, does take Imsta. And now it's still a 2-on-2. You need to be careful, though. Davey has position to try and catch Zek off, but he knows he's there, slides out, and the FAMAS can't win the battle against the AK. Fruit, though, will take out Arya. That's an AK in his hand, so this is working okay now. They've got it back to a 1-on-1. And a good flash does come out. Davey forced to duck and hide, and he still wins it with 16 HP left in the end. It's 12-3 at halftime. affNity looking quite well composed this evening.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's that or just mouseSpaz, having you could call it an off night. That probably wouldn't do it enough justice, but having a very, very difficult night in every aspect. So, we have to talk about that 14th round where Davey wins that 2-on-1 with that blunder from Imsta. That was like a 3-on-5. They got opening picks from Zek and Imsta with the AWPs, and they weren't able to convert it into a win. So, affNity players are just having a field day at the moment. Everything they're doing is just working out. mouseSpaz with a lot of communication errors and everything.
Only 3 kills for a guy like Pauly in the half. Not much more for Imsta, 6. Just really didn't get anything going, but we'll see if this pistol can potentially bring them back into it. A pretty slow passive pistol. 3 guys in the horseshoe. X on the corner. He wants to be the first around with Demise creeping up. They will go. They spot Arya in the window. Fox, that brings him back down the catwalk as he was just starting to fade off it and support a beat. And Arya comes out late. He finds Demise trying to slip inside the connection point, but Abe, he finds Fruit. Zek only one to get a response kill. Finally, he gets a double. Good job from him, but unfortunately his teammates haven't equaled the task, so Arya will bring them back into a 3-on-1, and it's Imsta. He's got a lot of work to do to recover himself from that particular round, the one we all remember. And he can't do it. Arya, former Area 51 player, picks up 3 in the round. Speaking of Game of Thrones, and that'll make it 13-3.
Yeah, Arya just coming out swinging with that 5-7, and that's just the confidence of winning the first map 16-0 and being up so huge after the first half. He's got the balls to make plays like that. Works out for him, and this isn't even going to be no plant in that round for mouseSpaz, and they're not even going to fully invest into this round. I guess actually they did, except for Zek, who's got 1,300, so he's not really buying too much. He just bought a smoke. He wants to have an AWP going into the 4th round. And they're just going to try and make this plant work, and they have 5 smokes, so it's probably going to be something very similar to what affNity did in their second round, that line of smokes between the bomb boxes.
And here comes the smokes on A. First bounce down to jungle, second bounce down connector. Am I stuck on the smoke? I'm stuck on the smoke, Jason. This is all you.
Alright, well here they come into the smoke. The bomb is getting planted. affNity doesn't really care about it. Davy's about to be pushed in CT spawn, though. He's been dinked. He goes down without too much of a response. Demise picks up the scout. And all the mouseSpaz players have advanced past their own smoke, so they're dealing massive damage to affNity. This retake is looking very scary. Great position. Paulie takes one out. Abe does respond. Neither player for affNity has a kit, so this is more than likely not going to happen. And mouseSpaz players not peeking, trying to delay this retake as much as possible. Abe's going to be walking up along the wall. Jason R does get one. They're starting to clear out the players, but once again, no kit. And they do not have... Oh, he actually picked up a kit on the retake, so he finds a kit on a dead body. And they win it anyways, just barely.
Close, yeah, very close. Interestingly, on the entry, they didn't put out a smoke on top of the stairwell, so there was a potential peak spot for affNity to use. That's what I was trying to get at before I got
I noticed
stuck.
that as well, actually. I did, and it was weird because they had 5 smokes. So, like, I don't know if someone just missed it or what, but that's a spot that should have been smoked off. Luckily, no affNity member was playing at those stairs, or else he would have punished that. So
Shout out to you for your play-by-play this season, because otherwise, I was stuck that round.
Yeah, that round would have been awkward.
Well, there's nothing awkward between you and me, Jason. Nothing at all. There's nothing awkward between Arya's gun and Fruit either. Just a one-way conversation that Arya's gonna win as he pops back out using that op. So affNity looking pretty strong here on the play with Arya. Jason R, he'll find Paulie, imps it down as well, and now we're on match point already for affNity.
An absolute massacre at the moment. We're looking at potentially, over the course of 2 maps, 32-3 in the scorelines. And Zach, he saved that second round to get an AWP, but he still only has a glass cannon with the smoke, so not really too protected. He's going to go over towards mid. He's going to meet up with Arya's op, see if that conversation between the guns can continue.
Perhaps make an argument this time. Get a word in, because he was silenced quickly last time. He does spot Arya this time, and Zek wins it.
Yeah, it makes it look like speed dating.
Ooh. I wouldn't know, never been. Tinder's the same thing though, right? Fox, he'll find Imsta. Paulie, man, he takes down Jason as he jumps back up, so... Give a dog a bone, give Paulie the cracker, give Fox the bullets, and he's going to drop down now as well, and suddenly mouseSpaz have 2-man advantage here. The Demise, though, is only on 1 HP, and with Paulie out of it, you can call this a 2.5 men versus 1. But don't include Mr. whatever that actor was that went crazy. mouseSpaz there it is, Charlie Sheen. Thank you. And they'll win the round, so...
He didn't go crazy. The world just wasn't ready for his genius at that moment.
Exactly. Look at the marketing pitch that created. His self-brand and publicity went way up.
But still, a long way to go for mouseSpaz. And how many times... That was a round that I actually thought affNity would come back in that. We've seen so many rounds where mouseSpaz has a massive advantage, and they just end up losing it in the end. And a double haul push here from affNity. Arya and Davy, but Zek gets there first. He takes out Arya once again. He's had the upper hand these past 2 rounds. A pop flash coming out for Davy. It doesn't blind Zek, and he gets that one as well. So the A bomb site is open, and affNity... This might even be a retake they don't want to touch.
There's no reason for them to rush this. No reason to get hasty. They've got full control of the game. Zek gonna find Abe. Fox actually wants to come around to T's side, but Paulie's in good position. Tries to take the fight. Hasn't hit him on the second shot, so a bit of a chance here is that nade's gonna do... Oh, no, too far. Could have done damage enough for the M4 to get the kill, but it doesn't matter when he lands the headshot. Paulie... Probably a little bit disappointed in himself on that one, but either way, they've got control of the round. This bomb it will detonate, and Fox can't do anything about it. So we'll go to 15-5. And then affNity will try again, although they were going to have to save, so it might actually get to 15-6 before we see them really close this out.
Yeah, they're going to be forced onto an eco here, so nicely done by mouseSpaz to, I mean, might be the first time in 2 maps they've broken the economy of affNity, to be quite honest.
I'm just bringing it up. Equipment value. This will be our first save from the CT side in this half. I can't see the first half because it reset, so I can't tell you.
Well, the first half was 12-3, and mouseSpaz won piss around, yeah. So... They didn't break any economy.
Well, there you have it. Fox is going to play... The more you know. Fox is going to play passive on Catwalk with this flip side 5-7. a hot shot. We'll see if he can make a hot shot. Flash going to go in. Aria blinded out by that Impsta. He gets up close to the window, but he's spotted. They know he's there. That smoke came in from such a trajectory that Fox knows exactly where he is, so he'll make that call to his teammate in Aria inside connector, who may get the better of this with the 570. Almost gets overlooked as Aria peeked it and then looked away, but Impsta still gets the shot. And Fox will make at least a reserve statement, comes back into him, but Zek's Fruit, they're all going to make good for it. So it looks like mouseSpaz have control of this round. The anti-eco working out reasonably well so far. Still have to watch out for Abe, though, sitting inside Sandwich, but the bomb's actually lurking toward B down the catwalk, and Jason's rotated over already, so this is working out. Yeah, Impsta finds him. This is going to be 15-6.
Look at Zek, 20 and 15. His up kind of came alive in those gun rounds that they used to break the economy. Well done by him, but I mean, there's really not much else going their way. 9 kills on 2 players, 6 on 1. On the other hand, it's been all Abe, and this is a player who played for Mythic last season before they became Luminosity, and you know, because of his studies, he had to take a step back and couldn't practice as much as they would have liked. But it was someone that, you know, talking to guys like Hades, talking to guys like Lex, they really missed in that lineup. They really speak worlds about his ability and what he brings to the table, and he's showing it here in affNity.
Abe will get Fruit. At least get one more gun down. Zek holds on to his op. He'll take down Abe. And there's 5s on both sides. I lied. See, there's that update thing. It went to 6 after. It confused me, Jason.
It's alright. We're going to get through it. It's going to be another eco from affNity. No, it's not. They're going to force buy here.
I kind of expected that they might.
Well, they have a lot of rounds to work with, so I mean, you can't really call it a wrong decision, but...
You give away momentum potentially, but I mean, they made that round close on an eco. They've had confidence all night long. It's unsurprising that they would go for the guns here, so we'll see if it works out.
No kits, though, and one of the things that affNity's been very good at is their retakes on Cobble, and their CT side were extremely, extremely impressive. Oh, the spam comes in. Polly brought down to 22, so... Just when it rains, it pours for mouseSpaz. It's really pouring at the moment. And even Arya pushed all the way up mid, got some intel, got some information. He knows they're not in mid, so full mid control goes the way of affNity, although it does look like with the lack of utility, they kind of seed it relatively easily.
Now creep back up mid. As Arya is not in the window. Okay, they have to have heard that vent break, even from as far back as Zek is, but the 2 players in underpass, Impsta and Paulie, they'll know that there's someone in the window room now. Arya, though, he'll find Demise. That smoke goes out. Lets him cover. Watch that flame, and that'll push him back up on top of Easel. But affNity, they're going to work with Davey on this op. He finds Fruit. Zek gets back, but unfortunately, Paulie's already dropping to Arya, and you said when it rains, it pours. They've still got 2 players left against 3 right now, so affNity potentially could wrap up this match right here, right now. Look at Zek just desperately trying to find a shot in toward A. Instead, he gives up. He runs over because he's already on catwalk toward B, but Impsta's down. It's all on Zek, and he has to do the job.
Jason R spotted him as well, so here comes the quick rotations, and Zek has got so many angles to watch with an AWP. Arya's going to pick him off from behind.
So Arya gets around, uses Needle to take the M4 shot onto Zek. That'd be awesome if he named all his guns Needle.
Hiko did that for a while. All of Hiko's guns a couple seasons ago were named after Game of Thrones.
It might be a needle, but it works like a sewing machine.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, don't you worry.
Either way, whatever that means out of Sadicus, with the Chrissy Mac haircut over there, it's a huge night for affNity with massive score lines in both of those matches. So great performance by them. mouseSpaz gets really, really beat up.
Yeah, that was pretty huge. 5 rounds over 2 maps against the same team, so that's a huge performance from affNity. And again, we said this was a night that they could revitalize their season, picking up those 2 wins with the 2 they already had. They now have 4 wins. That ties them with the likes of, well, I guess it's 1 below now on Elevate, picking up that 2nd win off Cloud9, but it puts them in the hunt. It definitely puts them a lot closer to the top of the standings, just like that. Of course, everything's going to even itself out. This is against a team that's struggling a little more. It's not a win off a top team, but Cloud9 go to 5-1 tonight. Elevate go to 5-4. mouseSpaz, they'll go to 1 and unfortunately 8. It's a bit of a struggle, and it'll be 4-6 for affNity, so that's where they stand.
Yeah, but they're a cool team. We mentioned it a bunch of times throughout this cast. Well, they're now 10-2 in this past week of matches. They haven't put it together necessarily in Pro League, but in leagues like CEVO and some of the other leagues they play in, they've been taking out CLG, taking out Luminosity, taking out some of these top teams in North America, and just continuing their tear tonight. Just insanely dominant. So, good show out of them, and we'll have to see if they can keep that up, that pace throughout the next couple of weeks, and maybe make a push towards the end of the season, because we're seeing how streaky even the top teams are. So, I mean, there's a case to be made that these guys, if they're just staying in the hunt, if they linger on the outside, and they keep improving the way they are, they could pounce at some point during the season and make a play for the top 6 or top 4.